Happy Friday, all. What's the good word? Here we are hanging out, doing some stuff. It's Friday. Do you know where your knives are? Me neither. I gotta look for them. Maybe we'll find them. Maybe we won't. Maybe she blew away. Is always the fun part. The calm. Pretty lazy day at work today. Nice Friday. Got done. What are we looking for? Is it me you're looking for? Best part of the day. What's up, Zach? Rysax? Trish? What are we looking for? Got the last of the prototypes that Rysax ordered today. Been hitting them. Sure is. Sure is. Aw. Shucks. Suppose we should do something then, huh? What are we going to do? What's going on? What's the plan? I am not set up for filming the projects I want to film. But I'm going to figure it out. I want to go through the garage this weekend to kind of set that up. What's up, Matt? And try to figure out how I'm going to film in there. Lighting in my garage is not great. There is light, but it's not like super bright. And then slacking. What are you, a slacker? And so like I have like a little directional light, like a little table lamp spotlight that I use like if I'm working on a project or something, like if I'm on the lathe, I have that and it's right here, boom, points over. If I'm over on the saw or something, I can kind of turn it and point it like direct on the spot that I'm working on. But like lighting, like to be able to see, it's a little, I went out there and what's the word? Filmed some of the projects are the handle knives to make like a video like of the process, and it was kind of dark, so I do want to kind of, I think I just need to take a couple of the shop lights that I have some like LED style shop lights, kind of like that one just sitting up there above that window, that I could probably take out there, and a couple of those pinned up should be enough. Posted pics of the prototypes that you got in Stacy's server, says Rysax. I'll go check those out. Do what naturally? Act like an idiot? The lighting? Is that what you're speaking of? I just want it to be bright enough. There's not too many lights or windows in the garage. And if I'm going to be working there in the winter, I'm going to basically be keeping the garage door closed. Like when the garage door is open, that lets in quite a bit of light, well, during the day. But Minnesota winter's going to be cold. Got to keep that garage door shut. I do have like a propane style, like Kenman heater that I can turn that on for maybe 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and it makes the garage nice and warm. And then you can shut it off for maybe another 20 minutes before you want to kick it back on and kind of maintain that temperature. So it's not too much to get it warm in there as long as I keep the door shut. And so that means there's only a couple of windows. There's one side that, well, obviously the door side, no windows on the door. The entrance side where there's like the walk-in door, no windows, but there's one window on the one side and one window on the other side, but that is not a lot of lighting for do you know I always speak to you the answer then realize you can't hear me? Maybe we need to work on that. I just need a little earpiece that feeds me all the info I need from Trish. Mm-hmm. I haven't shaved it yet, girl, but man, it itches. I want to shave it. Here we are. I might do this again, just for the cheek. Hi, Kathleen. So the natural lighting in the garage is minimal at best, especially in the winter. But like the lighting that I have in, well, these. They make a nice directional or non-directional kind of, like I put one up there, it kind of fills this room. There is no light on the ceiling, so those are the two lights that basically illuminate the loom. Oil. I'm gonna light the room with some oil lamps. We could do that. We could try. What's everyone got going on this weekend? What's the plan? Please mess with me. Mess with me all you want. It's fun. Kevin Smith and Nas, what the hell? What are we getting into? Kevin, what are you doing this weekend? What's the good plan of attack? Does it make a sound like this? Or is it a little more calm like that? Like this? Ba-ting. Oh, that will always be fun. Woo. Anybody got any knives on the way in the mail? I don't know if I have any in the direct future, but I have some coming soon. We got the AZ USA Eldorado and the Cochise. The last update, AZ USA said on their Instagram that they are going through the final stages and should be shipping in the next couple of weeks. So maybe by the end of the month. I don't know for sure. 6-month wait on the pre-order for the Strix. 6 months will be December 13th, so about a month from now. I'll be hoping that will be arriving. Couple of Kickstarters I backed, but they're a long ways off. The NAFs, Old College Try, OCT, that's probably not going to be until like February or March. And then I just backed, anybody else get on the CJRB Feldspar top liner lock? This is the classic Feldspar CJRB. This one's just a simple liner lock, G10, AR RPM 9, thumb studs, flicks out nice, good user, nice choke up spot. Just an all around classic knife from CJRB. But they have a Kickstarter going right now. You can go on Kickstarter, type in CJRB or Feldspar or both, and it'll come up the top liner lock version of this. So that will look like one of these Fenrirs where it's got the button and then the liner lock on that back side on the top. But Fenrir style from CJRB. So I am excited about that. It looks like we won't, that one will be, it's this Kickstarter is going to go a couple more weeks maybe. And then we probably won't get that for, I think it said like at least 60 days. Burkle's Cerakote. What the heck is going on in here? So, Burkle's, is it only someone was saying, oh, I could send it. We were talking about DLC coding. I think it was after you left. And someone said, oh, well, if you're doing DLC, send it to Burkle's Cerakote. And I said, I don't know if they DLC. I think they just Cerakote. But now you're here, you could give us that answer. Do you do other finishes as well, or is it strictly Cerakote? Although you're talking up about the Cerakote. So there's that. Oh, I have to switch my chat. Oh, I have to switch my... Oh, Let me turn that off. Let me turn that off. My bad. All right. I gotta switch the stupid top chat to live chat. Chat filter, all messages. Top chat should include members, paid members, but it doesn't, which is painful, but we're fine. We'll make it through. We'll make it through. So what's everybody up to? What's going on this weekend? Anybody getting anything fun? And what is the prerequisite, Burkles? Can you basically Cerakote anything? As far as, I mean, metal handles, like aluminum handles, steel handles, titanium handles, and then knife or blades. Is that basically the main gist of it? Hate Nate's in the house. See, where did I miss the... Dan got like Cole quick. Gotta pay him to say hi. If I pay, I want some action, Jackson. See, there you go. It snuck through. I was still bringing up I just got here. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You know I love you. You know I love you. But dude, my stinking... First of all, this chat on my phone here only shows me, 2 or 3 at tops. So I bring it up on there, and then I had to go and switch it to live chat. We're here. We're here. Hate Nate. No money required. Please. Just send messages. I'll find them. And if I don't, Trish will yell at me and tell me that I need to.
Great. I mean, literally.
Jeez, come on. See,
it just starts devouring these.
I am struggling right now. That's not okay. Why is that? Ugh. Not a fan. Not a fan. Okay, I think we're getting good. I Cerakoted glass as long as it can take 250 degrees. So then you can Cerakote like G10, or because that'll withstand at least that heat, won't it? I'm pretty sure not that I'm looking to have that done. I'm just curious about the process. I don't know a ton, and I'm interested. I'm gonna have to send you something to get done. Spyderco Moran in Damasteel on the way for Zach. That's cool. That's cool. Not a fan of OSB. OSB. I'm not in the loop right now. What's OSB, Trish? Trish asks, isn't Cerakote a metal of sort? The coating? Good question. Good question. Plywood? Can you do plywood? Oh, OBS? OSB. OBS Studio is my software. But I'm not using that right now, Patty. I'm doing a vertical live. And so like a vertical live, it's through my phone. And it's the YouTube. YouTube has all the power when it comes to that. I know, like I saw YouTube's kind of, they start pushing different things and stuff. But JAMA, Cerakote is not metal, it's a ceramic-based powder coating. Ceramic polymer coating that will chemically bond, and he has done it to wood before. And yes, Jamartello, unnecessary. You gave us the answer, which is great, but then an unnecessary follow-up. There are things out in the world like Cerakoting. I've never done it. I don't know anything about it. So as a novice, I would hope and appreciate that folks would give us, you know, information without then mocking it. It's not a powder coating. So there you go. We're learning. We're learning. That's what it's all about. That's basically the main reason I'm actually here. I do live streams is to interact with everyone, talk about stuff. Why does it sound like your microphone's in the next room? Probably is. Probably is. Give me a second. Plus, I need a new phone. We're back. Driving and listening. Yeah. Sorry. I do too, because I don't. We're live with your studio, but you use StreamYard. But he was live with his StreamYard, and then they set it up to do like a joint live, so you have a vertical live and your main live, and you can do them simultaneously. I've got some things on that for my OBS studio where it was talking about doing that, and I hadn't tried that specifically where they link them like that. But I have done it, if you guys seen before, because I'm totally independent on my phone right now. And my PC is right here. So I've also set up a regular live and a vertical live at the same time, but they weren't connected in any way. Like KC did today, his was actually connected through his StreamYard. Just another thing that they're trying to get us to do. Yeah, I get that too, KC, because you got two separate things, and now you got multiple chats. I think you can work a way out so you can look at both chats independently, but not on the same spot. You would have to have another window pop up that has the one chat, and then the other chat you would limit to just one. Do I own a desktop Sharp Rock sharpener? Sharp Rock? Is that a brand? Aaron Smith. I do have, the sharpeners that I use most of the time, I have a Work Sharp field sharpener. This has a 200 grit on one side, 600 on the other side, a strop, and a ceramic rod. I have a ton of knives, so I carry a different knife every day for a month before I'll carry the same one again. And I saw both chats, but they couldn't. Right. So whichever chat they're in is what they're going to see, but they won't be able to see both. That makes sense. But you also, when I'm doing a vertical live now, because certain times when you do a vertical live, it pushes out and you can gain some new viewership. Trish says, don't forget that like button. So Aaron Smith says that is the name of it. I do not have that one. I have, this one is the one I use almost all the time, just because I don't need to sharpen any of these right now. But it's just, you can have this in a bag, bring it with you, real easy to make a couple of passes and then hone it back into shape. I don't really have to do a lot of reprofiling. So I don't need to worry about that anywhere near as much. I did just recently, hold on, picked up this. I'm going to get another one. So this is a Sharpall stone. This is a diamond stone. I know it's backwards, I apologize. But so we got this diamond stone here. It's got 325 on one side and 1,000 on the other. And so you can just set that on your table or your surface that you're working, and then get in there and do your sharpening. I am more of a freehand sharpener personally, so that's kind of what I've been going for. I'm looking at maybe getting another one of these, although more often than not, I'll use that small one and just do touch-ups. These larger ones are nice. But this one's 325 and 1,000, so I'm thinking I might get one that has like a 200, 600, so I can have a couple varying ones. But just a actual hand sharpening stones.
Dan, stop hating me, please. I know it's in my name, but I have feelings in my loins. Anyway, Sheila sends her rack and hedge, and feelings of joy. Gotta go, got plans with me wife. Much love, everyone.
Got plans with me wife, do ya? Raina got plans with me wife. Hate Nate, no hate. Nothing but hate, love for Hate Nate. Did I miss another message? I don't see a message that I missed. So I thought I was getting back on track. Said you're sending me a knife? I don't remember that. Hold on. Is that? All right. I'm done with that. I backed up for a second there. I just noticed something, and that needed to be removed. That needed to be removed. Okay, I'm sorry. I had to backtrack for a second. Hate Nate, I appreciate you. Thank you for the $10. I hope you have a great evening with the wife. Go have some fun. Be with family. That's what's important. And I'm glad that Sheila, that rack and hedge system is what it's all about. Hate Nate, nothing but loving vibes to the old Hate Nate. All right, we got it. What's up, Steve? Gerald? I've seen that name before. I'm sorry, I can't see anything today. Yeah, Mo Patty, I gave him a chance because it was like it came in and then it was an answer and then kind of a smarty comment and then I just noticed it de-evolved from there. So we'll go ahead and get rid of that. We don't need any of that in here. Positive vibes. Positive vibes. That's what we're about at. All right. We're back. We're back. I do have a question. We've been talking about this because I don't monetize the live streams. So when you guys click into it, does it even give you a video or like a commercial at the very beginning, or is it pretty much no worries about it? I'm just curious, is like with a vertical, I'm wondering if does it start off with a commercial or does it just go right in if you click the link? Basically trying to keep it commercial free so that we can keep the vibe going. We're doing this for good positive vibes. You know what I'm saying? So this weekend I am doing at least 2 more handles. Going to be working on some masks. Greetings, Kenman, from the enchanted island of Puerto Rico. What's up, Joe? Greetings from Minnesota. Rank your favorite handle materials on folders. Titanium being number 1, I guess. Oh, Getty. What's up, Donnie? Steve says, I have premium. I don't know. I have premium as well. I don't have any other services that I like Netflix or anything like that, but I have YouTube Premium and been pretty happy with that. As far as listening to music and stuff, it's clutch. Never having the ads pop up, never having, especially like I said, if you're listening to music and using it as something like that, it's annoying because now I can make playlists and pick and choose and never have to listen to that. I ain't paying YouTube $20 a month. It's not $20 a month. But dude, to me, worth it. Because first of all, a lot of people put up ad blockers and stuff like that, which then what that does is that removes you helping anyone who's monetizing. So if you watch a video who is monetizing and you have all your ad blockers and your uBlock origin and all that up, now your views don't count for their monetization. And yeah, that one view that you have may not be much, but I see it as like stuff that I watch and I subscribe to, I'm a member of. I like promoting that. You know what I mean? And so having all those ad blockers on and stuff, now you're not genuinely promoting. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I mean, it is what it is. But I try to do what I can to promote some of the content that I watch. I vote for negative vibes. This negative Nancy over here talking all negative, this guy. What do you guys think about my Snail Trail Dale micarta ring? I don't wear rings all that much, but as far as rings go, a micarta ring with this cool butterscotch with the black lines on it, he does a really good job. Check him out. I dig it. Again, don't wear rings all that often, but once in a while, they're fun. Ground fog. Oh, what do you know? Projects. I do need to get out in the garage, figure out the lighting in there. I want to clean up a little area too and kind of rearrange. The way I've got it now, it's kind of spread out. And I think I can kind of isolate a lot of the stuff into like one side of the garage rather than having like this cell over here and this one here and that one over there. Like I could move this here and move this here, tuck this over and kind of clean up this one corner area in that garage, and then basically get all those tools and stuff that I use closer together, which will be better for doing work because then you can be here and you can kind of turn to this and you're kind of closer without having to do this and then go over to the sander over here and then come back over to the drill over there. So I want to kind of rearrange the organization of it. Plus, then if when I'm shooting some videos or live in there, we can have a better angle. Does that make sense? So that's the plan. Work on those handles. I haven't had a chance to do any of that this week at all. As you all know, life is what it is, and time ticks. It goes by. You cannot buy that time. You cannot get that time. It fleets. It disappears every day. So you make the best of what you've got, and I'm having a fun time. I don't have a video posted today. I got to get on that. Mo Patty, best Warncliffe under 1,000. Oh, and we totally got sidetracked. Somebody asked, sorry, what my favorite handle material is. Titanium, obviously being one, is what they said, which they're basically right. I would say it's titanium and micarta are my two mains. Absolute favorite would be titanium with the texture to it, like a diamond textured titanium like this one, or the milled lines like that. I do live in Minnesota, and winters in Minnesota are cold, so sometimes that metal in the pocket is not as great, wherein a micarta type handle might come in handy. This is the new top liner lock Fenrir from Tenable. Micarta on this one, Nitro V on the blade, nice choke up spot, big old thumb stud with that gold accent. Pretty fun. I dig it. I got one of them and I loved it so much I ordered another one right away. This is the first one I got, the red aluminum. Might do a little laser mark action to this, although it's going to be interesting because of the fish scale texture on there, which is going to kind of have to either work with the laser mark or contrast against it. So sometimes it can be too much. So we'll see. Might jump on that though. I'm going to use one of them for a giveaway. So next giveaway that we do, I don't know when that'll be. If we just do a spur of the moment one, or if we wait till we get to like 11,000 or something like that. What about carbon fiber? I don't like carbon fiber all that much. I mean, I have some. This is like a carbon fiber twill on here with the titanium on the bolster. M390 on the blade, the Remet Meteor faces in focus. So that is one carbon fiber that I've got where it's like kind of that twill look. I have a couple more, but carbon fiber is kind of my least. This one's like a carbon fiber inlay over the top of like a G10, so you get a layer of carbon fiber over the top of it. Not bad. Some people really like that carbon fiber look, which is cool. Everybody has different tastes, desires. I really like an ugly couch kind of style micarta, like this. Micarta just to me feels really good. It's grippy when it's wet, even though I don't generally have a whole lot of work I need to do if my hands are soaking wet. So it's not really as big of an importance. Titanium looks much better than carbon fiber. Truth. Titanium definitely would be my top. Something grippy, it feels nice. That micarta. Sometimes wood. A really nice piece of wood. Petrified fish. Scholar. Look at that dark, deep ironwood on there. That one's pretty fun. Where's that other wood? This right here, the QSP Hawk. Tell me that wood doesn't look just great. Just rich, nice lines. Feels nice in the hand too. Just posted a short of the XL. XL what? What did I miss? I like the plastic, like a Mall Ninja zombie knife. like one of these. Nice wooden handle with the coated decorative skulls. Zombie killer. What's up, Paul? Paul Might in the house. Brown knives, Cortex XL. Neat. Neat. Oh my God. Well, question is, YLMMA, what do you think of Civivi and Vosti? It's a Crackhead's defense knife. Right, and they got it for $12. $12 knife.
Matt subscribed to the channel.
Thank you for subscribing, Arik. I feel like I would cut myself with that thing. Chances are quite good that you will. So Civivi, if we look over here, everything from here to there, these top 4 rows are all my Civivis. I definitely like Civivi. I don't know if I have a specific favorite, but that's kind of my stack of Civivis back there. Very nice. I do have a couple of Vostids, but I've had issues with that and had some problems with some with one. And I returned it. They sent another one. I had problems with that. They didn't seem to want to help, and just picked up wife's Chinese food and now heading to pick up Mexican. What would you choose? Casey, you sound like one of those AI questions they're asking. Has nothing to do with what we're talking about. No. What do you prefer? Mexican or Chinese? Like, dude, I'm so sick of those. But when Casey asks, it's not as bad. They're both good. I could do either of those today. I don't know. I'm honestly thinking about going and getting some pho later. So I'm thinking Vietnamese for tonight. I don't really like Citivian ST, but don't want to pay $65. Citivian, someone else, did they just ask? I'm trying to find that. Yeah, Citivians are, they're kind of, Have I tried the Civivi Buster FG? Bought it at Blade Show Atlanta. Nice knife. I love the Vision FG. I've got the Vision FG down here. Wow. Down here on the table right now. You can see the buster is enormous. Ridiculous. The Vision FG is a great knife. The Vision FG is one of my favorites. No doubt. The buster is cool, but it's just huge. It's just huge. It's unnecessary. What's up, Mick? I like it. I don't really carry it, but it's interesting. It's just huge. It's just huge. Dale, boom. What? Lucky to be alive today. Got into a car accident. Stitches across the face. Bro, I hope everything's okay. Well, it sounds like everything's okay. How's the car? It's a bummer. Henry says hi. What's up, Henry? Okay. I bought new NAF today. So good for so long. And now there are 3 new knives on the way. 3 new ones? What did Paul order? What did Paul order? Okay. Donnie says, just posted Predator number 1. Finally. Well, what did you post it on? Instagram or? Best big knife ever comes out next week. The Growler XL. That thing is huge. It's kind of like this in a way where it's cool, but almost... it's so big. I used to love big knives, but they're just huge. I don't need them as much. Just grabbed a Concept Gecko Caveman for $160. Couldn't pass on it. Want a hole put in it. Send it to Paul. Paul, put a hole in that thing for you. Gotta run to the store. I'll be back. What are you gonna get at the store? What are you gonna get? Get me one. Give me one. Yeah, Snail Trail Dale. Hopefully everyone is insured and it gets taken care of. Your vehicle's still drivable. Mostly like Tontos and combat knives. I'm digging Tontos. I used to like them a lot more back then. Now I tend to be more of like a Warncliffe or a sheep's foot type of a blade. That's kind of my jam right now. Doesn't mean I don't, no such thing is too big for me. It's cool. It's huge. You got that video where you cut that bottle in half too? That was pretty fun. Everyone go check out KC of the Knives Fast channel. I'm sure pretty much everyone in here already does. Pretty much everyone in here already does. Seen that, Predator Donnie? It's sick. Good job, says Burkles. Burkles. Alright. There it is. Hold on. Ladies and gentlemen, the brand new Donnie from Blessed Knives. Predator. S90V. Let's zoom in on this bad boy. Okay. What does he say? AKS Spawn, Black Tie Mascus, 3-piece backspacer, Zerk accents, black and tie, laser ghosts. Let's go. Sorry, the color and lighting is a little off. I have a camera pointed at a screen, so it's going to give it a little, kind of makes it a little more purple than it actually is. What's up, Laid Off Pete? Oh, snap. Laser Ghost. Boosh. Flip that thing. Ooh, mama, look at that blade. Look at the swedge, y'all. Damn. That is a choice. That is pretty neat. Look at that hollow grind on there. Wow. Is that one made for someone specifically, or is this like you keep that first one, or how's that work, Donnie? If you guys saw, we looked at it in the live once, but Donnie's got a video up of this. Some of that material, when he sands it, it like sparks, like literally throws sparks while he's like hand sanding it. TKE has the proto. Paul Mills. This one's going to Paul Mills. He's gonna love it. Oh, look at that little ramp section on the back of the blade. Yeah. So you got a couple big old jimps, and then kind of a little dip right here. That dip. Oh, yes. What's everybody think? In love with the concept, Thunderhead. Casey knocked it out of the park. Tempest Knives is bringing the fire. It sure is. And Mick, it is. That logo is fire. Laser Ghost. Blessed Knives. Soon to be Laser Ghost Knives. When are you going to do the name change, Donnie? Soon? What's up, laid off Pete? Holy crap. Holy crap. It's fantastic, isn't it? Oh, I got to go back real quick. Hold on a sec. You guys got to see this. Okay. Oh, Paul went to the store. So there's Donnie. I'm just scrolling to the next person. I don't know if anybody knows this dude. Dominic Congolese. Hand making knives. This is another one that he made. Little chode. I met this dude in Wisconsin at the Badger Knife Show, and super cool guy. Makes some handmade stuff in his garage. This is one of them. Donnie follows him. He makes some rad designs. Yeah, dude, it was so crazy. He came up to me I don't want to, I'm just me. I'm nothing special. But we were at the Badger Show in Wisconsin, and he came up to me, and it was like, Kenman? Like, he knew me, he followed me, he watches the channel. And it was like, what? And he's like, what are you doing here? And I'm like, what do you mean, what am I doing here? Like, why do you even know me? And he's like, oh, I gotta watch your channel or whatever. I'm like, well, that's cool. I'm special. I'm definitely special. But he was such a nice guy, and it was cool. It was just kind of interesting to be in Wisconsin and meet someone who watches the channel. And I don't think he has a channel on YouTube, but on Instagram. Here, let's go to his channel. I'll post a link. Hold on. Copy. Paste. Okay, so there's a link to his Instagram. All right, now let's get off of here and not inceptionize. So Dominic Congolese, I apologize, Dom. Makes his own knives. Look at that. Very cool. Big and little. That's a great looking duo. But yeah, Pete was there. Brian was there. We were just walking around and like started talking to that guy. He showed us some of the stuff he made. He had a couple in his pocket. Let's look at some of the ones and the others, like these Chonky Monkey. Look at that. Casey says he says hi to everyone, but he's driving. Enjoy that Mexican food, dude. But yeah, Dom makes some cool stuff. Look at this. Boosh. What? Look at the action. Cool looking stuff. Cool looking stuff. Real nice guy. You know, just making stuff in his garage. Just having a fun time. Doing bevels post heat treat. Got a water drip system. That's great. Broke a... It's cool. He's got some videos on his process and stuff. If you ever make it through the traffic to get it. People are talented, right? There's just, it's out there. You see, you know, so, and it's like, dude, yeah, I make my own knives. And we're like, oh, you have one? He's like, here, check it out. And he pulls out something like this bad boy right here. And we're like, shut the hell up. What is this? Looks great. Very cool, though. Real nice guy. Go check him out. I said he's on Instagram. I don't think he has a YouTube. Oh, Donnie, Paul, Sewage, and Aries. I'll follow him. No other info. No. Casey stuck in traffic. Sing him a song. It's gonna be like someone singing. I'm like, wait a minute, it would have to be me. Trish can do it. He won't hear it, but Trish can sing him a song. Sing us the song. You are the piano man. We're hanging up? Are we hanging? Oh, we're back. All right. We didn't really talk about it on the live much last night. What's up, David? But did you guys see MC Metal Complex did a video? Tenable sent him like 4 of these new Fenrirs with the top liner locks. And he was doing some spine whack tests. And a couple of them failed on him. I'm not really a spine whack tester. But it was interesting. He had 4 of them. I wasn't making fun of you, Trish. What did you see? These are fun. Again, I don't do a lot of... You see that? Solid to me. What's up, Abby? Good to see you. What do you have going on this weekend? Did you see my Fenrir fish scale idea? Did you message it to me, or where did you send it, Laid Off Pete? I can go look. I was thinking about making a small little laser mark, like a little eyeball or a little something. What's up, Vild? Did you text it? If you texted it, I can't look at it right now because it's on my phone. So I thought about making a little teeny laser mark that would fit inside the fish scale. And then I could meticulously do one at a time and line them up. Thinking, could you laser out or make white scales here and there on the scales? Well, because it's aluminum, so aluminum we can do a white laser mark, a grade of white laser mark on there. But the issue is, I have lasers that have cameras on them, so you can look at the camera and you can line it up by visually using the camera. But what happens is the laser has like a surface. So like if this is the space that a laser can mark on, there are some things where you can have, I have a couple machines where the laser can actually move, the head can move around. So it could mark right here, move over a little bit, mark right here, move over a little bit, and mark, and it will be accurate. But what happens is, like, a lot of times if this is the surface area you can mark, or the entire blade, you know, so it fits on there and it can mark all of this. But what happens is the laser's right here, so it starts to mark, and when it goes over here or over here, the laser's at an angle, and what happens is you have a pilot light that you use to test. So it's like, oh, I'm going to mark right over here, and the laser is here. When it shows the pilot right here, it will be dead center, it will be exactly where it's going to go. But when it's over like this, or over at an angle, it's kind of like when you look in the water. If you like look at a fish under the water and it looks like it's right here, but it's actually right there, that happens with the pilot. So you show a pilot and it shows right here perfect, but when it pilots over here, it'll actually be over here when the mark is going to be there. So you have to kind of figure that out. And there's drift and sway type things. What's up, Steven? So if I was going to do this, I would literally make one mark that can fit inside that scale, line it up dead center, mark that, move it over so the next one is dead center, mark that, and then I could get a little logo, a real small logo on the inside of each one of those scales. So that is possible, but you know, if there's like 100 scales on each side, that could take a while to kind of figure out. All right, got all the food, heading back home. Grateful Dong in the house. What's happening, freaky people? We're doing it. We're doing it. So that's kind of what I was thinking about, Pete. Although the other thing is the scales, the fish scales on there. Oh, that little dot bugs me. I swapped the clip from this side to that side, and of course, because that's where the clip was, it left a little spot. The lower section of the scales isn't that far, so you could probably still get a good mark just going across it. But what happens at different heights, if you don't set it to switch those heights, like if there was two heights, how can I describe that? So like if we were marking the handle and then part of the blade, they're different heights. You could have it go zzz, and then lower and then go zzz down there, and it would change, it would work out fine. But if you have it set up at one height, higher or lower spots will make a different mark. So it'll be darker or lighter, more black, more brown, depending on what you're doing. I think these are close enough that if we make a white mark, inside the scales it might be a little gray, but it'll still be almost about the same. But you would have to find some uniform pattern that just goes over that. Like, because you're still not going to be able to just line up. I'd have to draw something specifically to fit in there, and that would be painstaking. What are you getting into this weekend, Grateful? But I would like to do something to this. But too much could make it too unicorn pattern. Unicorn pattern? Did I say unicorn pattern? What would a unicorn pattern be? Building a fence. Fencing in the yard? Dog fence? Human fence? Is it made of wood? Metal? Chicken wire? What is a unicorn pattern? I might have said unicorn, but it was supposed to say fish scales. Flying by the seat of my butt right here. I don't know. I do what I can. I do what I can. I do have stuff I want to do. And listening to KC talk about food. Backyard dog privacy fence. Excellent. I hope it goes well. How much sunlight you got left? Is it getting dark? How are you doing, sir? How am I? I'm doing good. How are you? Priyan? I apologize. We're going to go with Priyan. Would be the easiest. I'm doing well. What are you getting into this weekend? At least starting it, says Grateful. Get going. You got floodlights in the backyard? You can just blast the lights up and just work all night long? What's the temp there? We were at like 60 degrees today. Solid 60, pretty nice out. I'm enjoying it. I'm wondering how it'll be this weekend. Is this supposed to be nice tomorrow? And I am carrying the Cornerstone again. I usually carry some variety. I carried this like 3 days ago. Holy, 80 degrees today? See, that's November weather. 80 and sunny. N1 Cornerstone from Numb Knives. S90V titanium. The pinch lock. It's great. It's great. I am loving it. Very cool stuff. Made about a dozen cuts with it today. Nothing much. It was basically cut the side of the package. I'm always opening and wrapping stuff up at work, so I need a knife every day, even though it might only be like a dozen or so simple cuts. Pihu. I will try to remember this. So Priyanshu and Singh and Bhatti is the lineage name, but you go by Pihu. Pihu? That's great. I will do my best to remember that when you come in and stop in and say hi. What is the most reliable one? That's a kind of a tough question. I mean, these are all pretty reliable. I guess the reliable one is the one that fits in your hand good, that has a good lock on it. I stumbled on this stream. I see no Spyderco. Why? Where was it? Oh, it was in my pocket. Potential spam. Hold on a second here. Let me get rid of that. I'm a lefty. A lot of compression lock Spydercos are made for righties. So if I were to get a compression lock, I would definitely want a lefty version, which is out there, but they're a little more expensive. I struggled with Spyderco for a while. I've since a few of the members and subscribers have sent me a couple to check out and see what I think about it to kind of get me on board. I have. Where did I put that Dolica? I gave the salute to KC yesterday. There it is. This little plastic one. This is made by Spyderco, but it's kind of a learning, training plastic kit. But what happens with Spyderco is I struggled with this. And every time I try to open a Spyderco, this one doesn't flick open very good. I mean, it's not, there aren't washer or there aren't bearings or anything on here. But I would struggle with like a Spyderco. I'd go like this to open it and it wouldn't open. I go like this to open it and I couldn't get it to open. I have since learned that I have really long fingers, and so when it's like this, I go to open one, it would get caught. And so what I would do is bring my hand down a little so that when I go to flick, my hand gets out of the way, and then I was able to start flicking them out more and kind of turn me a little bit.
Priyanshu Singh, Desert Island emoji, subscribe to the channel.
Thank you for subscribing. Pihu. Got to try to remember that. Pihu. We have some fun in here. Lots of stuff about knives. So not that I don't like Spyderco, I just don't have any of the collection. The ones I like are going to be a little more expensive. Most of them are going to be over $200. Not that I don't have $200 knives, but I put in general in my Discord. Wait, what are we doing, Pete? Just a heads up, anyone with a Demco Shark Cub original goat has aluminum scales. Good to know, Mick. So if any of you do have a Demco Shark Cub and you want to get some cool scales for it, go check out OG. That's a big reason we're here. Share information like that. Try the Spyderco kitchen knives. I have one and I love it. I will look into that, Zach. I do want to get a compression lock. Obviously a lefty version. Might get a PM2, a PM3. I do really like this smock. I want to get a smock. They're in the future. It's on my list, but I have a large list, and I do the best I can to get some here and there. I need to make myself some kitchen knives. Donnie, you can make yourself kitchen knives. All right. I'm working on it, Mr. Ladoff. Okay, give me a second here. Boom, boom, boom. Open. Get the new Excalibur with the compression lock. Is he going to be doing a lefty version of that one too, Lanyard Man? And how much is that one going to be? And doesn't he call it something different? I feel like he had a different name for it. All right, Pete, did you put it in? Oh. We could probably do that. It's going to be tough to get those lined up right. So this is, what's going on, Lanyard Man? My man, Steven. This is what Ladoff Pete was talking about. So he's looking at those scales. Do some of them white? Do you want them like a random pattern like that, or you want to checkerboard it? I would almost think random looks kind of more interesting than like a checkerboard. Getting those to line up just perfect might be... Yeah, it does have a koi fish kind of a look to it, which is cool. Ew, Kubi. Ew. I like Kubi. The Rando does have more of that fish look. And they are fish scales, so I mean, I actually like that. That's a nice blade. What knife is it? That is the Tenable Fenrir. So Fenrir is a design by Sparrow. Sparrow, he makes the Strix. You can go check out Sparrow Knives. But this is his design, the Fenrir. The original Fenrir was from Concept. Here's the Concept Fenrir. So it's basically the same design. The Concept one has a larger front flipper right there. If you look at the Tenable, and it is a frame or liner lock on that one. This one, the front flipper is smaller. It doesn't have that big knob, that big horn to it. It still has the front flipper. So just slightly different. This is the Tenable, which is more of the budget-friendly version of the knives that Concepts designs. Concepts designs? Sure. Definitely a nice knife, and this has got the top liner lock. And so because it has that top liner lock right there, the front flipper would be almost in the way of that. So that's kind of why they made the front flipper smaller on this one. But it does still front flip. I'm back, sir. How am I looking? Still look the same? Or did you change the profile picture? It's so small I can't see it. You look great. You look fantastic. Could you do the laser markings in a different intensity and make them all slightly different as well? On aluminum, not really, Mick. Aluminum, I don't know, it's something about that metal. You're looking at more of like gray. You can't really get a good black mark on aluminum, but you can get some really nice whites and kind of grays and stuff. On steel or titanium, you could mess with it and get some variations in that laser. You can get some that kind of have a little more blue, a little more oily, or a little more kind of a reddish. It's not really red, but you can. They're not as consistent though. So sometimes I've kind of worked up a setting where it kind of has that oily blue look, which is cool. But then you do a big mark across the side of a surface, and it's not consistent. Because what you're doing is you're allowing the laser to be kind of off focus, which is what's creating that particular thing. What is the secret of my glossy hair? I don't do much. I buy better shampoo than the $2 shampoo, but I don't buy $20 shampoo. And then I buy a different one every time. Wash it several times a week. Condition it. Let her rip. I'm lucky, I guess. I can still grow my hair. Mick Ranger's got his ano set up on the way. We need to do some live streaming or making some videos with the ano. Just another one of those things. I was going to try to do that during the live last week, but I just wasn't set comfortably for it. I also done some acid etching and stone washing some blades and stuff. It's like the same kind of thing with the chemicals and stuff. I got to kind of change my layout because I'm not going to do that in here. I got to do that out in that other room. Have to go up 3 distinct voltages of ano, or start high and drop low if it was titanium. Well, now we're talking about anodizing. Yeah, aluminum anodizing and titanium anodizing are basically a totally different process. I've kind of looked into it, watched it a little bit, but it's definitely different. Titanium, if you have the, you can go as simple as a container of distilled water with baking soda in it, and then you have the connection set up. One of them's into the water, the other one's on the part, and then boom, you're in. Aww. Aw, what a sweetheart.
Thank you for the entertainment time to eat.
You are welcome, Casey. Thank you for all that you do for the knife community. Real gentleman and scholar from his to his. Enjoy that dinner. Are you having the Mexican and she's having the Chinese food? That sounds great. I still think I'm going to go get some pho. I think they close at 7. I got an hour and a half. I appreciate the $5 super chat though, Casey. Have a great dinner. Am I interested in swords? I got this one right here. This is handmade, hand forged. You can see the hamon on here if I get it at the right angle. Maybe if I go to this side. There we go. I got this over 20 years ago. This is a nice katana. This is not a gas station or mall katana. I do like swords. I got some other mall swords though. They aren't close by right now. Don't you pre-treat the titanium with an etch? Yes. But you don't have to, I mean, I've taken a chunk of titanium and just hooked it up and anodized it. You're going to get more consistent, smooth surface by dipping in the etch. We have pretty nasty chemicals at work that I used. I picked up this Winx stuff, but it's some nasty stuff. So you basically dip it in there for a few seconds. Mick Ranger, yes. Many folks use Winx, but you should buy multi-etch. Winx is less than good for you. Well, the etch isn't good for you either, though. We've got the people that are using our etch at work, like they have dots and holes burning through their shirts. Multi-etch goes slower and is easier to control. Multi-etch won't eat the calcium right out of your bones. Any tips on sharpening S90V? Hold a solid edge, be consistent with it, and patient. Winks works quickly and is harsh. Multi-etch typically won't pit any titanium even after hours. Why would you leave it in there for hours? We got a chemistry class going on in here. Have to get some multi-etch, right? Where is that? Come on. I have some Wink right now. I do want to experiment with some weird stuff, which kind of allows you to not have to think about stuff as much. Although I plan on doing some weird attempts. I want to have some weird, like, battle worn, inconsistent. And if you get that etch, you get that nice consistent surface. Sometimes it's like maybe I just want to throw dirt on it so that it's not consistent, or like weird stuff. You know what I mean? Like, imagine if you're going to anodize a nice clean piece of titanium, but then I splattered some other weird stuff on there. I don't know. Stuff that's obviously not going to react with the chemicals that you're already using. But, you know, like, Donnie puts that, I can't remember the chemical, but he puts that chemical in there that allows him to get a black anode. Because if you just do electric anode, you're not going to get black out of it. But you've seen Donnie's work, and he's got some cool black. Anything with fluoric is nasty. Mentos. Dude, you never know. Could you imagine, like, okay, if you put Mentos in there and they're like bubbling and agitating, and then you put it in and then fired it up while the titanium is literally getting engulfed in Mentos bubbles? Manganese sulfite dihydride.
Subscribe to the channel.
Owner, thank you for subscribing. Welcome aboard. We're talking chemicals right now. We're getting into some sciencey experiments. I'm new. How much knives do you want? I have hundreds. I love them all. Do I have an Italian stiletto? I do have one. It's not going to be what you think, but it is in fact a stiletto. It is in fact I caught my finger on the side when I was opening it. It's so small. Good Lord. One more try. I was nailing it the other day. God, it's just, my hands are huge. Boom. There we go. That is an Italian stiletto. You get these on Blade HQ. Manganese sulfide monohydrate fertilizer can work to make black anode. Mick Ranger, Alpha Knife Supply is the spot for titanium. Alpha Knife Supply. We're learning some stuff. We're learning stuff today. All right. Sorry, let me fix this. I'm old, I can't afford calcium loss. Right? Read my above comments. What's your stream timing so I can join? I'm new here after all. If you just hit subscribe, you can then have it give you notifications. You can hit the bell and then you get notified. But generally, my main one that I'm consistent is Thursday night, which was yesterday. Everything is Central Standard Time for me. So if you just translate anything, whatever time, if you can just go into Google and say 6 o'clock Central Standard Time, and it will tell you what time that is where you are if you're in a different location, which I know a lot of people are. Thursdays, 6 p.m. Monday, Tuesday, Friday, which Friday is today, is generally around 4:30 p.m. Saturday mornings at 8 a.m. I usually do a little morning coffee for an hour or two. Sundays, often I'll take the day off or I'm doing stuff with family or whatever. Wednesdays, I have league in the summers, but now it's winter, so I'll be doing more lives maybe on Wednesdays. And my Tuesday night live, we've got league starting up in a couple of weeks at the brewery. And so I do a live from the brewery. We look at a few knives, we throw some putts, we have a little bit of fun. So Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Fridays around 4, 4:30. Thursdays around 6. Saturdays, 8 a.m. Hope to see you there. And we do a lot of this. No ads, no commercials, guaranteed. Get to just talk about stuff, have some fun, learn about some new knives, maybe share new knife information with some of the other people in the chat, and then we all go buy fun things. About to go to the grocery store, I'll bring you all along with my Kubi silo and tenable Fenrir with the bluefish scales. So does that one have the Damascus blade? Love it. Love it. I have a bayonet at my mom's house somewhere. I don't, although I would be interested. I wonder if that's something you find at some old. Have to look up something like on eBay or whatever, try to find used ones somewhere. Ooh, right in high school. That's cool. We're all kind of jealous. I wish I could go back in time a little bit. Although I don't know if I'd go back to high school. I'd maybe go back to college. Go back to being like 20, 21, 22. Bayonets are rad. Donnie, you could make a bayonet. The Damascus does look nice. So it is the Damascus. I like that silo too. That is cool. Donnie, should I get regular strength multi-etch? Extra strength. Maybe get the unleaded. So apparently there's regular strength and extra strength multi-etch. Can you just water it down? Just mix it with some bleach. I don't know. They have regular and double. That would suit you fine. So the regular strength is fine. Do I have any actual army knives? Nothing military issue. I mean, this one might be the closest. It's like a SOG seal pup. Not military issue or anything, but definitely an outdoorsy user. Thought about getting some of those parachute. I like the weirdest stuff sometimes. I don't have any Maximet. I'm trying to think. I might have handled a couple through like a pass around or something, but I don't have Maximet. I would like to. What's your favorite number? Oh, get one that goes to, this one goes to 11. Don't the Navy SEALs get that one? That's what I was saying. Like, maybe it is. Zach? Maybe? I don't know for sure. But that's it reminds me of something that would be issued to someone like that. It's a good knife. The strange thing is, double strength takes longer. That's interesting. I think stronger, you would put it in there for less amount of time. Chemicals are weird. But yeah, Donnie says just get the regular, so get the regular. Call it a day. Laid off Pete, that would be cool. We could probably find some way to do something like that. I'm interested in it. I've been kind of debating on it, but I know it's going to be one of those ones where if you do 20 of them, one or two of them may or may not be lined up quite perfect. And then you see one that's off a little bit, and then that might make you like kind of stressed. You're like, ugh, why isn't this centered? Which is why I thought about, which it could almost be a similar, if you made like a little eyeball or a little smiley face or something that fits inside the scale but doesn't go all the way to the edge of the scale, then you can just go right into that spot. And if it's, the pilot lights are weird because you don't get the exact shape. Like you can get a square pilot light, which will show you, like if you had a weird shape, like an upside down heart, it would show you a square of where that heart's going to go, but it doesn't show you exactly the heart. So having that outline, it's not going to give you that exact outline to show you exactly. It's going to be like a square, or it's going to go, and you can make that go fast, but it's kind of blurry, so it doesn't really give you the exact lineup. Get the AK bayonet. How much are those? How much does that cost? Nightman? I mean, that's close. Nishtaman. Gotta be careful when you say names. Sometimes people try to, you know me. You tell me, I thought this was World War II, but I may be wrong. Ooh. Wow. Whatever it is, it's rad. Everybody check this out. Laid Off Pete is looking for some info. Came from grandfather. So he got this from grandfather. How long is that thing? The blade's got to be what? 14-inch blade at least? Boxing TBA. Send one of my switch knives. Again, I feel like you asked that before. Last name is Bob. Here's the thing. I do giveaways. And they're fun. I like giving knives away. But I don't do them at the drop of a hat or as per requested. And I won't be doing any autos for giveaways basically ever. I definitely have 200 to 300 old swords in the collection from family heritage. Wow. I'm going to screenshot that, save that, look those up. That is interesting. So there was asking about doing a giveaway. I will be doing giveaways, but I will never be giving away autos. And the reason for that is it's not legal everywhere. And so basically, what's up, T3 Forge? How you been? What's going on? You make anything recently, bud? Good to see you. I'm sorry, it's hard for me to keep up with the chat. I miss chat here and there. Please see my second last comment. Oh, that's the one I just looked at. So I'm going to look up those family heritage swords at some point. I don't know how to say that. Rapitu Kondas. We'll look them up. Working on a couple knives for Christmas, for like Christmas presents and stuff. That's cool. Yeah, boxing. So it's like we'll be doing giveaways, but anything that is not legal in all, like I'm not going to be, if I do giveaways, it's not going to be out of the U.S. Because we have issues with shipping to certain places. We've had one that tried to get it to Canada, never made it to Canada. Got stopped. I actually got one of them back. So it's like basically shipping for giveaways is only to 18 years and older, or in the United States, and then fully knives that are legal pretty much everywhere. So there won't be autos because autos definitely are not legal in all places, and things like that. Probably won't do any giveaways for any like ballad songs either. Just anything that's questionable. It's like we try not to deal with the hassle. See y'all later. Going to eat. Have a great one. Have a great one, Trish. You have a great one. And if they're great, I recommend 2. Right? Right? But definitely hang out boxing. I bought one of these specifically for a giveaway. So I have 2 top liner lock Fenriers, and one of them will be given away sometime in the not too distant future. I just recently picked up from the NAFs. I actually backed these on Kickstarter, so I've been waiting for a few months, but this is the new NAFs Lander 5. So I bought 2 of those, and basically essentially got one for myself and then one to use for a giveaway. So I am constantly looking at and thinking about knives for upcoming giveaways. Boom. These are fun. Definitely not a super fidgety knife, but if you just need a simple basic knife in a pack or in a bag in your car that is just kind of a no nonsense, these are pretty fun. They actually sent me a 3rd one, so I'm going to give 2 of them away. Never looked till now. I guess it's the Nagoya Arsenal Mark from Japan. Now I'm going to have to dig into history. So it's a Japanese bayonet. Let's go back to this now. Laid off Pete's. Look at this. We're inception backwards here. So Japanese bayonet. There's a logo. Wow. That is cool. Old. Did you just do like a Google search, Laid Off Pete? Anybody else have some weird oddities in their collection like this? That's fun. Definitely fun. And it's nice that it's got that mark on there. It makes it easier for you to look it up and find it. Google image the logo. Sure. Nagoya Arsenal Type 30 bayonet from like World War II. Isn't that something how that works? Don't feel shame on that, Laid Off Pete. Some of the times you don't really realize, you're like, well, I don't know what this is, but I suppose I could do a Google image search. And these days it works a little bit better than it used to not too terribly long ago. Wife's family is Japanese. That is neat. I've seen similar from father-in-law. Wow. Yeah, sometimes it's family things, and then it becomes like, you never want to sell it. Like if it was passed down through the family, that's like something you collect and then continue to pass down. Unless you don't have kids like me. Then I guess it'd be my sister's kids and go to my nephews. A little late for me, I think. I kind of wanted kids once upon a time. Older you get though, the less that feeling kind of passes. It's past. Laid Off Pete though, thank you for sharing. That is very cool. I dig it. And when you find some more information, fill me in. I'm interested. In our country, we really can have a blade more than 9 inches. Some of the royal families could have them as royal heritage items. Kids? Hells no. I am a large child, Donnie. So, yeah, the thought of it for me is a no for me, dog. But I tend to do well with them, if that makes sense. I don't know, they can see through it. They just see me as another kid. And so I tend to get along with kids pretty well. Doesn't mean I want to have any, but, you know. I really want to get ST25 mark from 1923 to 45. Wait, I just read 2 chats at the same time. Sorry. Rysax wants to get an ST25 and a GTK33. OS 10? OS 10's okay. Is that ST a Citivian though? I don't know. I bought 3 or 4 Citivians. They're, yeah. For the price, I feel like you can get something better. Or I'd say just spend more and get something better. No offense. Yeah, Citivians are cheap. You know, and I'm not gonna, I have a whole bunch of cheap gas station knives over here. So, and I've bought 3 or 4 Citivians. They're just, I don't know. There's so many things that are better. What are my favorite Tonto brands? I don't know if I have any brands that are Tonto. I can say I have a Tonto that was made by Kaiser. I have a Tonto that's made by Concept. You know, it's each company now these days there aren't really any companies that are like, oh, we make Tontos. You know, they make a little bit of everything, and we have a lot of them. You can buy that knife, and it comes in a drop point, it comes in a clip point, it comes in a Tonto, so you can kind of pick that option. I don't think you're old. Big bro, right on. I'm old. Falling apart. My body hurts. Rysax, I don't know. I would almost recommend, like, if you're really just looking for, like, find a website like Blade HQ or something. I know some people will have some links, and there are some great people, some folks that have discount codes and stuff like that. You might be able to use at some places. I don't really have any. I don't really push that too much. But I would say I would recommend go to like somewhere like Blade HQ, for example, right? And then just go into a generic or a general knife search, and then just refine the search by blade type, and then type Tonto, and then you're going to get 200 pages of Tontos available at Blade HQ. And that doesn't mean you need to buy it at Blade HQ. Maybe you do. Maybe they have a good deal there. I buy stuff there once in a while. But you can now start refining that search. And so then you'll just start showing you stuff, showing you companies you've never seen before, right? And so then as you're going through, like on Blade HQ, you go in there and just go knife search Tontos. A lot of times on the side, you can go down and refine the search. You can be like, I only want to look for S90V Tontos, or I only want to look for drop points, or whatever it may be. And then just scroll. Just spend the time kind of just looking. And looking allows you to find stuff that you might not have ever seen before. And then it gives you ideas too, because then maybe you find one you're like, ooh, I love the way this Citivian looks, but it's made out of 3CR or something like that. And so it's kind of cheap, might not hold an edge very well. But then that can kind of lead you into finding some styles that you like, and then you might find another brand that has something that's similar in that shape or that style. Got mine too, pretty great. Calling it the budget buy. What was the budget buy at 2025? Which one did you get laid off, Pete? Oh, Tenable Fenrir's. Yeah, I got two. I bought this one because I thought it looked the coolest with the black and the red. And I was like, okay, this is great. 60 bucks or whatever. 60, 70 bucks, depending on the model. With a top liner lock. Boom. That's great. So I got it. I'm like, okay, I'm giving this away. I'm using it as a giveaway. I'm going to hook up my peeps and hope that someone really enjoys it. but I was like, I want one for myself. So I bought another. And so I decided to buy a different one. Paul's back. So I bought a different one. And actually now I like the look of the black and the red one more. But if I just shut my eyes, this micarta feels really good. So what I think I'll do is when I do the giveaway, I'll let someone decide. I'll be like, which one do you want? And then whichever one they want, boom, and then I'll keep the other one. Paul is back. Back again. Paul, we were looking at Dominic's. Dom Congolisi or whatever. I noticed that you also follow him on Instagram. He's a custom maker out of Wisconsin. We met him when we were at the Badger show last year. And dude's cool. Dude's definitely cool. He makes some cool stuff too. You gonna order something from him, Paul? What's up, Kodiak Edge? What are you up to tonight? What happened? What's up, Gold Dot? Paul says we chat often. Dude is super cool. He bumped into us, and again, not a big deal. He recognized me when we were at the show. He said, Kenman, what are you doing here? And I'm like, it's a knife show. Checking it out. And we chatted to him. He had a couple of his knives in his pocket. Just really cool guy. Makes some cool stuff. And he does it all in his garage. The quality's there, dude. It's amazing what some stuff do. What some people do. Built a shed tonight for folks. Right on, Kodiak. People building. People building. Grateful's building that. I wonder if he's still doing. Grateful, you still working on the fence? He has a unique style and it's awesome. The most recent ones where he had the one knife and then he's got the little chody version of it. What? Super cool. Did Schaub ever make custom Fenriers? I don't know. Did they? I mean, I know there were some premium ones because, like, I got the Lefty Premium from Concept. So, I mean, it's the same as the Righty, so it's really a custom. It's just a Lefty kind of premium Fenrir. What is this? S35. Shredded carbon fiber and titanium. Definitely Mick says props to all the small custom knife makers. No doubt. I want to be a small knife maker. Wait. I want to be a 6'3" weird long-haired knife maker. As far as I know, the Strix and the Rougarou. It's like the Milita all over again. There are going to be like 1,000 of them. Maybe. Another month, I get that Strix. Got a Lefty version of the Strix too. Quite excited. Everyone gonna take her for a spin. Where is it 537? 537? Or are you talking about? Never held one? Oh, I handled one at Donnie, you didn't go to their table in Atlanta? They were in the other room. Kodiak's going to show off German knives live tonight, 10 p.m. Central. You cut the front flipper off the Strix? You see the meme? You cut the front flipper off the Strix? Yeah, it's 6:09 p.m. here, but I think Polar Vice, did you mean 5:37 as in the time stamp? We're at 1:39. Get an Orlock, save $200. I have one. I have one. Oh, my tab crashed. What? Got a crashed tab. Orlock is definitely, honestly, probably it's my favorite from this year. Get the non-rocked Orlock. This one. This one. I love it. It is. I've been saying it's my favorite knife of the year. Definitely digging it. I want a Terry Fixie. Sure. It's amazing how many knives, when you start thinking about it, you're like, oh, if you just made this into a fixed blade, same shape, same feel, you're like, oh, that'd be cool. I thought the same thing with the Lander 5. Make that into a little fixed blade with the same jimps on there. Does Terry have any fixies that he designed? Orlock XL. Dude, Orlock. Serious banger, dude. This thing is so nice. That front flip. Even the thumb out just works every time. I just love it. I wouldn't say violent. Prepared. I'm prepared. We cut a lot of boxes and a lot of tape. Inside those boxes, more knives. That's what's up. I do get the Jesus thing though. I've heard this. It's got to be the hair. Haven't seen or heard of a production knife from Terry, but I'd like to see his take on a fixie. You're going to see my take on a fixie. What do you think about that? An Orlock fixie would be cool. Grateful was asking last night about what my next fixed blade would potentially be. I don't know for sure. I do want to get the smallmouth from AZ USA, but it's not available anymore. But now the largemouth is going to be coming out soon. Different style, different shape, bigger, but cool. Been making the handles. I know I don't have anything updated, so didn't make the blades, but made the handles. Been working on some handle shaping. Got a couple more projects to do some handles, but the more that I've done making the handles, the more I look at these blanks that I bought. This is just a prefabricated D2 blank, ready to rock and roll. Just put a handle on it, sharpen it up a little bit more. But I don't know the quality of these. They're not too expensive. I don't know how good the heat treat is. I've been looking at some Alabama Damascus. They have Damascus and steel blanks that you just basically buy the blank, get some pins, get some handle material, and make them. I've been having a blast doing it. I'm going to do a few more this weekend. This one probably. But when I look at these, all I can think of is, wow, I want to make this. I want to make this. So I'm looking into getting another. I want to get a new bandsaw, and then I want to get a belt grinder, sander, like a 2x72 inch specifically for making knives, and then obviously get something to learn how to do some heat treat, and then start making stuff. So we'll see. Don't give MKC your money. Plenty of custom makers out there in the same price point. The Warney is screaming for a regrind. It is a hollow grind on there. But make that hollow grind go all the way to like here. Heat treat you can outsource. Right. I've heard that too. But I feel like, you know, and maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll make a few and then send them off. But I'm a process guy. I love learning stuff. I think I want to get into it. Forged in Fire. Yes. Yes. I've watched it. It's a good show. I've met some people that have been on it. If you go to like blade shows, you're always going to see at least a few people that have been on that show. It's interesting. It's a good show. It has its moments. I've talked to some people that were on the show, and Laid Off Pete says, "Oh, hey, met one of the finalists at Blade Show." Yep, I met a few of them. And I've talked to some of them, and they've told me some things about how it's done, and it is a reality show, so they're trying to make it interesting, make it views. They'll have people re-film things that didn't catch the right way, and they were telling me, the one guy was telling me that one of the things is like when it gets down to like heat treats and stuff, they'll take over and they don't let you do certain things, so you get to a certain point and then you have to hand it to them and they do it. Dink, buy a programmable kiln if you want to do a proper heat treat. Jesse Who was a winner. His YouTube channel is awesome and makes amazing stuff. What's his name? I need money. What? No. It hates me today. Buy the grinder. I'm planning on it, Donnie. I looked at your list of stuff. I know I haven't sat and talked to you because it's going to be $1,000 or $2,000 worth of equipment. I'm going to try to do it in the next month or two. Christmas for myself. Christmas for myself. How much is a programmable kiln for heat treat? And so it wouldn't be like a forge. Like I thought it would be like you could get one of those little 1 or 2 burner forges, and then you put it in there and then take it out for heat treat. The one person on the show, the main guy, I remember watching something about him. Dank, about the same as the grinder. What's the same as the grinder? Oh, a couple $1,000. If you don't want to know exactly what you're doing, a forge works. Well, can't you get temperature? It's all about getting them to the right temperature and then dropping it in your oil or something. I know. $1,800 for a good kiln. Can I get a business loan? Paul might. I need money. Yeah. Many facets. I'd rather know what I'm doing. It seems that makes sense. A kiln, because the kiln, you're now really able to control that temperature. But don't you, so Donnie, but you cold treat, right? Or like you smash it between 2 pieces of aluminum, but do you then put it in the kiln? Is that what you're doing? Or I just thought you just sandwiched it and then let it sit. So much to learn. So much to learn. The guy who sharpens blades in YouTube. There's a lot of them. I only use air hardening steels, no high carbon. Interesting. I'd never heard of that either. Air hardening. High carbon gets that liquid quench. Oh my God. There's so many things. What's up, Brian? Mr. Dixon makes the oh God. Yep. Full jazz hands. Oh boy. I'm trying to think of some of the guys I did meet. Jeez. Well, one of the guys that was just in here was on Forge and Fire. What's his name? I'm trying to scroll back. But yeah, we had a Forge and Fire contestant in here all of 10 minutes ago. Are you still in here, bud? T9 Forge or T6, T9. Something like that. But yeah, he was in the chat just a little bit ago, and he was on the show. And man, my brain is not working. The guy from Concept. Super nice guy. No, I can't think of his name at all. He gave me that pocket art. This right here makes these little G10 and like a little fidgets worry stone. Oh, I feel bad now. I can't remember his name. He's one of the designers for Concept. He's at the shows. He's got long hair, beard. Was the owner of MKC on the show? I don't know for sure. What should I do to make my first blade? There's a lot to it. Sandwich and soup time. Later, taters. Dude, I'm getting hungry. Oh, crap. What is that guy's name? I feel bad. Well, as far as making your first blade, it's complicated. Unless you have someone that has the tools and the equipment that you're going to need, it's going to be difficult. Jonathan Sibley. Thank you, Mick Ranger. And I'm sorry, Jonathan. 40 minutes for pho. I gotta leave in about 15, bro, because if I want pho and then I don't get it, I'm gonna be upset. Then I'm just have to go to Burger King or something. I'm like, I could be eating pho right now. And then, of course, I'm gonna get a pound of pork belly and rice. And then what happens is I'll eat at least half that pork belly and half the rice. And I'll throw the rest of the pork belly into the pho. Instant win. What do I think about getting a clean shave? Well, Trish Mopatty wanted me to, she's like, grow it out. This is like the longest I've ever grown it. I actually can grab onto it. It itches. After a week or two, it starts itching. I trim it off. I wait a week or two. I trim it off. That's kind of what I do. But she's like, grow it out. It's that November thing. Maybe I won't shave for the month. But I got itchy. I was worried. I'm like, I got to get this off. And so I went trimmed up the neck. And then it gave me that relief. I'm like, okay. Better leave in 5 or you'll blow that time. Dude, it's true. It's true. Time goes fast. We're at 1 hour and 53 minutes on this live stream. This is why we do this. Time goes by. It's fun. We're interacting. Coming up with some cool stuff. Been talking a lot about chemicals, anodizing, forging. If you want to get into it, though, I would recommend trying to find someone who does it and then ask them if you can hang out or ask them if you can pay them for a day of their time. I think that would be the main way. Too much fun. Donnie, you having too much fun? I'm not having enough fun. We need more fun. We need to ramp them levels of fun all the way up. Donnie. Spent a good amount of time on the stream. Glad you're here. This is what it's all about. Just interacting, talking about some stuff. We got Donnie from Blessed Knives. He's a maker. Got his information. We talk to Aries once in a while. He makes some cool stuff. Dylan Mallory's another designer. He's been working on some fixed blade kitchen knives the last week or two. Robin, you want some pho? Combo pho, egg rolls, pork belly. Probably get one of those sausages too. And what are the little things? The little sesame ball. It's like a little ball of dough with like sesame seeds all over it. Oh my God. Good stuff. It's my fault. Nothing's my fault. It's all my fault. Pork belly. Dude, crispy edge pork belly. I could just eat a pound of that, you know. All right, so it's Friday. There will be Bees Blades live a little later. MC might be live today. Now stop. Just stop. Smash burgers? Smash burgers always good. The smash burger that was close by me closed. So there isn't one close. So I don't really get them that often anymore. What is it they put on the fries? They put on like that seasoning. Like olive oil and rosemary or thyme or some like that. Oh, you're making smash burgers. Grateful. I'm going to smash something all right. I'll be smashing. Okay. I'm going to go. We're going to end this. I'm going to go. I'm going to order my pho, and then I'm going to run to the store, grab a couple things, and then pick up the pho, and then come back home, and then watch some lives, maybe do some work, and yeah. Am I British? No. Later, Gators. I'm a mutt. Enjoy your soup. I will. Great to see you all, says Laid Off Pete. I'm one of those mutts where my heritage is a combo breaker of all the Midwest, Norwegian, German, Dutch, Swedish, kind of a mix. That would be me. Grew up in Minnesota. Good old Minnesota. Lived in California for a while, but I'm back in Minnesota again. And there's that. So tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. Central Standard Time, we'll do a little morning coffee and have some fun. So it's a Minnesota accent. Definitely Minnesota, don't you know? Talk to you on the phone. We're going to go up to Brainerd. There's a boat show. See you all in the morning. So if anyone's interested, 8 a.m., that is 13 and a half hours from now. Do a little coffee, a little talk. Maybe we'll get into something. Who knows? Don't you know, you betcha. All right, I appreciate all of you. Thank you so much. Good to meet some of the new folks in here. Stay sharp. We'll see you all soon. Carry a knife. You never know when you might need to cut something. And yeah.